This next section is about what we call barriers to coaching, and what we're going to cover is 3 simple principles or attitudes, behaviours if you like, that actually reduce the effectiveness of any coaching conversation. They're typically what managers or coaches do when we're first starting to coach. Let's look at the first one, which we call going straight to solution. So going straight to solution is basically going straight from the topic or the goal of the conversation into shaping agreements and close, skipping this middle important section of actually surfacing some understanding around the situation. It's typically where a manager is keen to get to an action or a solution for a situation and perhaps less keen to listen about what the problem really is and give the colleague a chance to reflect on what that problem is. Let's look at how that looks in conversation.
So, Alex, what was it you wanted to talk to me about today?
We've got a tricky candidate that wanted to go to an interview last week and now he no longer wants to go.
Right, and what do you plan to do about it?
Well, we've called him, emailed him, tried to promote the company, but I'm not really sure what else to do.
Okay, what other options might you think about?
I'm not sure. I think we've exhausted all we can, so I've come to you for some advice. I'm really stuck at the moment. I don't really know what to do.
Well, what do you think could be your first step?
So this second barrier is what we call playing fix-it. And it's where a manager is very focused on finding the problem and solving the problem and almost doing that for themselves. So hearing what they're hearing, deciding what they think the issue really is, and then chasing that by the process of questioning, conversation, or general opinions and advice that they're giving. Here's what that looks like in conversation.
So, Alex, what was it you wanted to talk to me about today?
Well, we've got a tricky candidate. He wanted to go to an interview last week and now no longer wants to go.
Okay, what do you think might be behind the change of heart?
I'm not sure. We've called him up. There may be something going on internally, not too sure. His boss might be trying to persuade him to go to the interview, who's found out about it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Well, you know, one of the things that I know often comes up at this point is kind of confidence issues with people that haven't been to interviews for a while. So I'm just wondering if he's got a bit of cold feet, a bit of anxiety. Maybe we could do some coaching with him, some confidence building. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not too sure really, not too sure.
Well, in my experience, if somebody starts the job hunt, they want to move, and what they get when they start the process is cold feet. And I think we just need to get in there and build his confidence, convince him that this is the right opportunity.
Strategizing is what happens where a manager is trying not to give direct instruction or advice, so instead uses a tactic of perhaps embedding suggestions or instructions inside of questions. So, have you thought about doing this? Have you tried that? Or just generally leading and controlling the direction of a conversation according to their agenda. It's sometimes called leading the witness. Here's what it looks like in conversation.
So, Alex, have you invited this guy in for a chat?
Not yet, no. Do you think that would be a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about whether it'll be helpful for him to have a bit of a chat with you. Have you asked him about his initial reasons for wanting to move?
We've had a brief discussion about his career aspects in his new company. He wants to obviously have enhancement into his career in the new company. So, but there's certainly more we can do.
Okay. Have you thought about looking through his application forms, whether there's anything there that might help you with that kind of conversation?
We've had a look over his assessment forms. We've, as you said, we've interviewed him in detail at.
So there we have 3 simple barriers that are common when we're learning to coach. It's important that you develop your self-awareness about these. Notice your own tendencies, perhaps to strategize or play fix-it, perhaps focus too much on task. And then gently relax back and allow the other person to do more of the work. What I hope is that over time, these behaviours will diminish as you see the real benefits of allowing the other person to think through the situation for themselves without being too influenced by you.